Sangguniang Panlalawigan of the province of Bukidnon, in view of the absence of the regular presiding officer, this honorable body is now open for nomination for the temporary presiding officer.
Good afternoon. In line with the celebration of the Women's Month, the gentle lady from the 3rd Legislative District to be our temporary presiding officer to this session, the Honorable Board Member Minerva Kasanabe.
Honorable Board Member Minerva C. Kasinabi, the lone lady in the chamber for today, has been nominated as presiding officer and was unanimously seconded. Any objection? I hear none. We will now recognize our temporary presiding officer for this 34th regular session, Honorable Board Member Minerva C. Kasinabi. We request everybody to please rise.
Thank you for the nomination. Our 34th regular session on the 28th SP is now called to order. May I request Board Member Armando Evangelista to lead us in prayer, followed by the singing of the national anthem and singing of the Bukidnon, My Home, in Binukid and English version.
Lead me, Lord, lead me by the hand and make me face the rising sun. Comfort me through all the pain that life may bring. There's no other hope that I can lean upon. Lead me, Lord, lead me all my life. Walk by me across the lonely road of every day. Take my arms and let your hand show me the way. Show the way to live inside your love. Lead me, Lord, all my life.
Let us feel the presence of our Lord. Let us pray in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Almighty and loving Father, great architect of the universe, ruler of heaven and earth, we come before you today with humble hearts as we begin the 34th regular session of the 28th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Bukidnon. We thank you for the gift of life, for the opportunity to serve, and for the trust given to us by the people of our beloved province. Lord, grant us wisdom and understanding as we deliberate on matters that affect the welfare and future of our constituents. Guide our minds so that our decisions will always be just, fair, and beneficial to the people we represent. Bless our leaders, our governor, our vice governor, our fellow legislators, and all those present today. May respect, unity, and cooperation prevail in this session, so that together we may craft policies and programs that promote progress, peace, and prosperity in the province of Bukidnon. May our actions always reflect integrity, accountability, and genuine service to the public. We entrust this session into your loving hands. May everything we do today bring honor to you and genuine development to our province. All this we ask in your holy name. Amen. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Wala birthday. Mr. Secretary, please do the roll call.
Yes, Madam Presiding Officer. Roll call. Provincial Vice Governor Clive D. Kijo, absent on official travel, Madam Chair. Board Member Mario Jr. B. Albaresi, absent. Board Member Godofredo I. Balansag. Board Member Minerva C. Casinabi.
Present.
Board Member Bobby J. B. Dinlayan. Board Member Marlon Brando B. Dinlayan. Board Member Armando Jr. S. Evangelista. Board Member Jose Miguel S. Fortich. Board Member Oliver Owen L. Garcia. Board Member Jose Simon Santo, absent. Board Member Elisa Isunahon, absent with an approved leave, Madam Presiding Officer. Board Member Joseph D. Palmada. Board Member Ranolfo C. Jr. G. Pipito. Board Member Christopher Lambert N. Tortula. Mr. Chair, there are 10 out of 14 members of this august body who are inside this session hall. There is a quorum. Madam
Thank
President.
you, Mr. Secretary. Since we are in quorum, the 34th regular session of the 28th SP is now in order. Yes, Majority Floor Leader, you are recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. We will now proceed for the approval of the calendar of business, and this also includes the approval of the minutes of our previous regular session. That is the minutes of the 33rd regular session. The Honorable Presiding Officer, for the first reading, we have 59 items. Second reading, 40 items. We have 1 item under the question hour, and we have 11 items under the other communication. And we have also 1 item under the addendum 1, Honorable Presiding Officer. So moving for the approval of the calendar of business as presented.
Discussions? Hearing none, motion is approved.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. As to the minutes of the 33rd regular session of the 28th Sangguniang Panlalawigan held at the CSP Session Hall, Malaybala City on March 10, 2026, copy of the same has been dispensed in advance. Thus, I move to dispense with the full reading of the minutes of our previous regular session.
Discussions? Hearing none, motion is approved.
And I move further, Honorable Presiding Officer, for the approval and adoption of the minutes of our previous regular session, the minutes of the 33rd regular session.
Motion approved.
And we will now proceed, Honorable Presiding Officer, to the first reading reference of the business. May we now recognize our Secretary, Attorney Apollo Magwali, to read the first item therein.
Go ahead, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. First reading, reference of business item number 1. Proposed resolution number 145-2026 of the 28th SP, authored by Board Member Bobby J. B. Dinlayan, 2nd Legislative District, this province, entitled a resolution commending and congratulating National Master Kit Adrian Ilar for being the champion of the Challenger category in the 87th Kalilangan Chess Festival 2026 in cooperation with Pacman Chess Association, held on February 26 to 27, 2026 at Family Country Hotel, Jensen, General Santos City, Philippines.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. The Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for the approval of the following. Item number 1 to 4, this will be transferred to the new business for the day, and this will be marked as item number 41 to 44. For item number 5, this will be referred to the Committee on Agriculture and Cooperatives. Items number 6, 7, and 8, this will be referred to the Committee on Appropriation. And item number 9 and 27, this will be referred to the Committee on Barangay and Local Government. For item number 10, this will be referred to the Committee on Beautification Tourism. Item number 11, this will be referred to the Committee on Education. And items number 12 and 13, this will be referred to the Committee on Environmental Protection, Climate Change, and Disaster Preparedness. For item number 14, Honorable Presiding Officer, this will be referred to the Committee on Indigenous Cultural Communities and Indigenous People. For items number 15 to 26, this will be referred to the Committee on Laws, Justice, and Human Rights. For item number 28, this will be referred to the Committee on Poverty Alleviation, Social Reform. And item number 29, this will be referred to the Committee on Women and Family Relation. For items number 30 to 59, Honorable Presiding Officer, this will be transferred to the new business for the day, and this will be marked as items number 45 to 74. So moving for the approval as enumerated, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Yes, the motion is hereby approved.
Yeah. And Honorable Presiding Officer, I forgot for our addendum 1, this will be marked as item number 75 of the order of business of today's regular session, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Motion is approved.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. We will now proceed before the... Wala pa? Coming. So, before we will entertain our invited guests, since they are coming, Honorable Presiding Officer, can we now proceed?
Yes, go ahead, Majority Floor Leader.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, may we now proceed for the second reading, since we have no item tabled in the unfinished business. Honorable Presiding Officer, for items number 1 and 2, may we now recognize the Honorable Board Member, our ex officio member, the Honorable Board Member Godofredo Balansag for items number 1 and 2.
Yes, Honorable Godofredo Balansag, you are recognized.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead, sir.
Madam Presiding Officer and Majority Floor Leader. Item number 1 under business for the day is a joint committee report of the Committee on Barangay and Local Government and Enrolls and Privileges, number 2026-B-016 and 2026-R-739. Madam Chair, the Committees on Barangay and Local Government and on Rules and Privileges, to which was referred Ordinance Number 1310-2026, the 16th ISB PEP regular session approved on February 10, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Damulog, Bukidnon, entitled Mandating the Conduct of Clean-up Drives in Public Places, including the Municipal Plaza, in the municipality of Damulog, Bukidnon, by the League of Barangay Kagawad, League of Barangay Secretaries and Treasurers, Liga ng mga Barangay, Iske Federation Council, and the Federation of Barangay Peace and Order Teams, to be undertaken before or after their regular meetings. Have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings: the committees find the ordinance to be commendable, relevant, and responsive to the present need for stronger environmental stewardship, sanitation, and civic participation within the municipality. The measures promote promotes a culture of shared responsibility among barangay officials and youth leaders, ensuring that public areas remain clean, safe, and conducive to community activities, tourism, and public health. It also encourages coordination and unity among barangay-based organizations while reinforcing the role not only as policy implementers but as an active partners in community development. Furthermore, the ordinance is practical in its implementation as it integrates clean-up activities into already scheduled meetings, minimizing additional costs while maximizing participation and impact. In view of these findings, the committees recommend the approval and full implementation of Ordinance Number 1310-226 with a suggestion that the concerned municipal offices provide guidance, monitoring mechanism, and periodic evaluation reports to ensure sustained compliance, effectiveness, and continued community engagement in maintaining cleanliness and environmental order throughout the municipality of Damulog, Bukidnon. Recommendation, considering the foregoing, the committee hereby recommends for the approval of Ordinance Number 1310-2026 of the 16th SB, the 5th regular session approved on February 10, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Damulog, Bukidnon, for being in accordance with the law and within the scope of authority of the Sangguniang Bayan concerned to enact. So recommended for approval, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you. The motion is approved. Thank you, Board Malansag.
Item number 2, again, is joint committee reports of committees on barangay and local government and on roles and privileges, number 2026-B 017 and 2026-R-740. The committees on barangay and local government and on roles and privileges to which was referred Special Ordinance number 001 series of 2026 of the 16th SB approved on February 16, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Lantapan, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Granting Free Civil Registration Services, including the registration of Certificate of Live Birth, regular and delayed, the service fee for security paper or SIPCA, copy procurement at the Philippine Statistic Authority or the PEC, the application for marriage license and affidavit fee under Article 34, and the conduct of mass wedding during the hatod serbisyo sa barangay and araw ng Lantapan 2026. I've considered the same and hereby submits the findings, comments, and recommendation. Findings, the committees find the ordinance to be timely, beneficial, and responsive to the needs of marginalized and indigent constituents who often encounter financial barriers in securing essential civil registry documents. The measures promote inclusivity by ensuring that under-registered births are documented, marriages are legally recognized, the residents are provided access to vital records necessary for education, employment, social protection, and other government services. The provision of SIPCA, copy procurement, marriage license applications, and affidavit fees further demonstrates the local government's commitment to social equity, good governance, and strengthened public service delivery. The conduct of mass wedding during hatod serbisyo sa barangay and the celebration of Araw ng Lantapan also fosters family stability, community solidarity, and civic participation. The committees note that the ordinance is consistent with the existing national laws and policies on civil registration and does not contravene any statute or administrative regulation. Funding mechanism and implementation procedures are deemed practically aligned with the municipality's social development priorities. Recommendation, considering the foregoing committee hereby recommends for the approval of Special Ordinance Number 001-2026 of the 16th SB approved on February 16, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Lantapan, Bukidnon for being in accordance with law and within the scope of authority of the Sangguniang Bayan concerned to enact. So moving for the approval of this committee report, Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you.
The motion is hereby approved.
Thank you, Madam
Thank you.
Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. We will now proceed to items number
Board Member Pipito.
items 3 to 10. May we now recognize a gentleman from the 4th Legislative District, the Honorable Board Member Dr. J. Pipito.
Yes, Board Member Pipito, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Items 3 to 9 under the Joint Committee Report on Committees on Civil Service and Rules and Privileges, subject for an omnibus motion, Madam Chair. Items 3 to 6, all from the Sangguniang Bayan of Libuna, Bukidnon. Item number 3 is Ordinance number 25-21, entitled Ordinance Repealing Ordinance number 23-109, entitled an Ordinance Establishing the Persons with Disability Affairs Office, or PDAO, in Libuna, Bukidnon, and appropriating funds therefore, and creating a new ordinance establishing the Persons with Disability Affairs, or PDAO, with its organizational structure and functions. Item number 4 is Ordinance number 25-22, entitled an Ordinance Creating the Plantilla Position of Municipal Government Department Head 1 or the Disability Affairs Officer with the salary grade 24 and appropriating necessary funds thereof. Item number 5 is Ordinance number 25-25, entitled an Ordinance Creating the Municipal Youth Development Office and establishing its organizational structure and functions. Item number 6 is Ordinance number 25-27, entitled an Ordinance Creating the Local Legislative Staff Officer 4 with salary grade 19 in the Office of the Sangguniang Bayan and appropriating necessary funds thereof. Madam Presiding Officer, an omnibus motion for the approval of these 4 items for being proper in order and well within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan concerned to pass. So moving for the omnibus motion for the approval, Madam Chair.
The motion is hereby approved.
Items number 7 to 9, also all on from the Sangguniang Bayan of Libuna. Still under the committees on Joint Committee on Civil Service and Rules and Privileges. Item number 7 is Ordinance number 25-23, an ordinance creating the Municipal Tourism Office, defining its organizational structure and functions. Item number 8 is Ordinance number 25-24, entitled an Ordinance Creating the Plantilla Position of Municipal Government Department Head 1 or the Municipal Tourism Officer with the salary grade 24 and appropriating necessary funds for the implementation thereof. And item number 9 is Ordinance number 25-26, entitled an Ordinance Creating the Plantilla Position of Municipal Government Department Head 1 or the Municipal Youth Development Officer with the salary grade 24 and appropriating necessary funds thereof. Madam Presiding Officer, an omnibus motion for these 3 items under number 7, item number 7, number 8, and number 9 to be referred back to its origins for the compliance of the stated findings of the committee. So moving for the omnibus motion, Madam Chair.
The motion is approved.
Item number 10 from the Joint Committee Report on Committees on Health and Rules and Privileges, to which is referred Municipal General Ordinance number 2025-525, 11th Sangguniang Bayan, 149th regular session approved on June 30, 2025 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kalilangan, Bukidnon, entitled an Ordinance enacting a code promulgating policies and measures for the prevention and control of HIV or AIDS in the municipality of Kalilangan, Bukidnon. Madam Presiding Officer, the committee is recognized that the subject ordinance is anchored on the Republic Act number 11166, otherwise known as the Philippine HIV and AIDS Policy Act of 2018, which mandates the state to ensure the delivery of accessible and non-discriminatory and rights-based HIV and AIDS services by both government and private HIV and AIDS service providers. The law likewise requires the establishment of appropriate redress mechanisms for persons living with HIV to guarantee the protection of their civil, political, economic, and social rights, and to promote an enabling environment free from stigma and discrimination. However, upon review, the committees find that the certain provisions of the ordinance are inconsistent with the limitations set forth under Section 447A1-3 of Republic Act Number 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, which explicitly provides that the municipal ordinances may impose a fine not exceeding 2,500 pesos or imprisonment for a period of not exceeding 6 months or both, at the discretion of the court for violations thereof. In this regard, the committees note that the penalty provisions stipulated under Section 14 of the subject ordinance exceed the authority granted of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kailangan under the Local Government Code. Consequently, the said penal provision is deemed omitted for being beyond the legislative power of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kailangan to impose. Furthermore, the Sangguniang Bayan of Kailangan is respectfully advised to undertake a comprehensive review of the ordinance to ensure its conformity with the Department of Interior and Local Government Memorandum Circular Number 2026-09 issued on February 5, 2026, which provides the updated guidelines for local government units in implementing the provisions of Republic Act Number 11166. Compliance with said memorandum circular is essential prior to the introduction of or adoption of amendments to the ordinance to ensure alignment with national policy and existing regulatory frameworks. Madam Chair, the committees after review hereby recommend to refer back Municipal General Ordinance Number 2025-525 from the Sangguniang Bayan of Kailangan, Bukidnon to its origin for the compliance of the stated findings. So recommended for the to refer back, Madam Chair.
The motion is hereby approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Board Member Pipito.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. We will now proceed for items number 11 and 12. For item number 11, as requested by the Chairman of the Committee and in the absence of the Honorable Board Member Onahon, the gentleman from the 2nd Legislative District, the Honorable Board Member Marlon Dinlayan, Honorable Presiding Officer, for item number 11.
Board Member Marlon Didlayan, you are recognized, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Majority Floor Leader and distinguished Mr. Presiding Officer. This is the Joint Committee report, has been referred by the Chairperson. Only one item, Mr. Presiding Officer, Madam Presiding Officer. Joint Committee report of the Committees on Indigenous Cultural Communities, Indigenous People, and on Rules and Privileges. Mr. Chairman, the Committees on Indigenous Cultural Communities, Indigenous People, and on Rules and Privileges, to which was referred Municipal Ordinance Number 2026-559, approved on February 10, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Baangon, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Establishing the Annual Commemoration of Indigenous Peoples IP Month for the Promotion of Indigenous Peoples' Dignity, rooted in history and cultural heritage, every month of October, in line with the national celebration of Indigenous Peoples Month in the municipality of Baangon, and appropriating funds therefore, have considered the same and do hereby submit their comments, findings, and recommendations. Comments or findings: the ordinance seeks to institutionalize the month of October as Indigenous Peoples Month in the municipality of Baangon. This measure aims to provide a formal, recurring platform for the indigenous cultural communities, ICCs, within the municipality to showcase their traditions, protect their heritage, and strengthen their cultural dignity. The committees found that the ordinance is pursuant to Section 16 of the Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, which empower municipal governments to enact ordinances that promote general welfare of their inhabitants, including the preservation, enrichment, and promotion of culture and traditions. By establishing this local policy, the Sangguniang Bayan exercises its legitimate prerogative to promote local customs, cultural expressions, and community festivals. This recognition directly strengthens cultural identity and fosters a deeper respect for indigenous heritage. Furthermore, this ordinance serves as a vital local application of national legislative policies, specifically complementing Republic Act Number 8371, otherwise known as the Indigenous Peoples' Rights Act, IPRA, which mandates the state to recognize, protect, and promote the rights of ICCs or IPs. It likewise aligns with Republic Act Number 10689, which recognizes August 9th as National Indigenous Peoples Day. By institutionalizing this period, the municipality ensures a dedicated space for cultural expression that goes beyond a single day of recognition. Recommendations. The committees, after due deliberation and careful study, hereby recommend for the approval of Municipal Ordinance Number 2026-559 approved on February 10, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Aungon, Bukidnon for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the Sanggunian concerned to pass. So recommended, Madam Presiding Officer.
The motion is hereby approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Linlayan.
Honorable Presiding Officer, from items number 12 to 17, may we now recognize again for item number 12 as requested by the Chairman of the Committee, Honorable Board Member Onahon, the gentleman from the 4th Legislative District, Honorable Board Member Attorney Oliver Owen Baba Garcia, for item number 12 to 17. Honorable Presiding Officer.
Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Board Member Garcia, you're recognized. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you very much, Majority Floor Leader. Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, maayong hapon kanatong tanan.
Ngayong hapon.
Item number 12 is a joint committee report of the Committee on Public Services and Transportation and on Rules and Privileges. Committee report number P-010 and R-750. Madam Chair, the committees to which was referred Municipal Ordinance number 51-2025 16th SB Series of 2026 approved on February 13, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Malitbog, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Enacting the Malitbog Water Supply System Code, the Municipality of Malitbog, Province of Bukidnon, have considered the same and do hereby submit their comments, findings, and recommendations. Comments. This ordinance establishes a comprehensive regulatory framework for the management, operation, and maintenance of the municipal water system in Malitbog, Bukidnon. The committees found that the ordinance is pursuant to Section 16 of Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, which provides that every local government unit shall exercise the powers expressly granted, those necessarily implied therefrom, as well as powers necessary, appropriate, or incidental to its efficient and effective governance, and those which are essential to the promotion of the general welfare. However, Article 114 of the Implementing Rules and Regulations of RA 7160 provides that posting and publication of ordinance with penal sanctions. Ordinances with penal sanctions shall be posted at conspicuous places in the provincial capital or city, municipal, or barangay hall, as the case may be, for a minimum period of 3 consecutive weeks. Such ordinance shall also be published in a newspaper of general circulation where available, within the territorial jurisdiction of the LGU concerned, except in the case of barangay ordinances, unless otherwise provided therein. Although the Sangguniang Bayan of Malitbog attach a certification of posting as proof of their posting, it is not sufficient to comply with the obligation requirement, there being newspaper of general circulation within the territorial jurisdiction of the LGU concerned. The ordinance must first be published. Recommendations. The committees, after due deliberation and careful study, hereby recommend that Municipal Ordinance Number 51-2025, 16th SB, Series of 2026, approved on February 13, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Malitbog, Bukidnon be referred back to its origin for compliance with the publication requirement. So recommended, Madam Chair.
Motion is approved.
Thank you. May I now proceed with item number 13, the Joint Committee Report of the Committee on Laws, Justice, Human Rights, and Rules and Privileges.
Honorable Presiding Officer,
Yes,
before
Majority Leader.
with the indulgence of the gentleman from the 4th Legislative District, as requested by our senior board member, before kuno ta mo proceed, i-acknowledge kuno siya po. The Honorable Board Member Mario Albarici, present to the decision.
Yes, Board Member Mario Albarici. Welcome, sir. Better late than never.
Yeah. He arrived at 2:25.
Please proceed, Board Member Garcia.
All right, Joint Committee Report number L-139 and R-751. Madam Chair, the committees to which was referred, Municipal Ordinance number 2025-544, approved on July 14, 2025, with the Sangguniang Bayan of Baungon, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Designating a Parking Area for Vehicles Entering the Municipal Compound of Baungon, Bukidnon, have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings. The regulation of vehicle parking within the municipal compound is essential to safeguard public safety, maintain order, and protect government property, thereby ensuring the efficient conduct of official functions and the orderly delivery of public services. This regulation is enacted pursuant to the Police Power and General Welfare Authority vested in local government units under Section 16 and 447 of the Local Government Code of 1991. These provisions authorize municipalities to regulate the use of public property and to enact measures necessary to promote public safety, order, and general welfare. Unregulated parking within the municipal compound endangers public safety, obstructs access to offices, disrupts movement, and hinders government operations, making reasonable parking regulations necessary to ensure access, preserve government facilities, and support efficient public service delivery. The ordinance provides in Section 7, letter B, a fine of 1,000 pesos for violators who shall also be perpetually restricted from parking inside the municipal compound. Parking within the municipal compound is considered a privilege rather than a constitutional right. Thus, the municipality is not restricting an individual's right to travel or move freely, but is merely regulating access to a specific and limited parking area. Under the principle of due process and fair warning, an ordinance is considered valid when it clearly informs the public of prohibited acts and the corresponding penalties, thereby preventing arbitrary enforcement. The regulation is therefore a valid, reasonable exercise of the municipality's police power and complies with the publication requirement to ensure safe and orderly operation of the municipal compound in the public interest. However, since it concerns the internal operation of the municipal premises of Baungon, it may also be implemented through an internal memorandum or an executive order issued by the mayor. Recommendations. The committee, after careful study, hereby recommend for the approval of the Municipal Ordinance Number 2025-544, approved on July 14, 2025, sa Sangguniang Bayan of Baungon, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order, and within the scope of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. So recommended, Madam Chair.
The motion is hereby approved.
Item number 14 is a joint committee report of the Committee on Laws, Justice, and Human Rights and Rules and Privileges, Committee Report number L-140 and R-752. Madam Chair, the committees to which was referred, Executive Order number 022, Series of 2025 on December 18, 2025, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, entitled An Order Reorganizing the Municipal Peace and Order Council of the Municipality of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, providing its composition and functions thereof, have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings. The executive order strengthens the implementation of the municipality's peace and order and public safety plan by reorganizing the Municipal Peace and Order Council and clearly defining its structure, composition, and functions. The issuance is consistent with existing laws and policies, particularly DILG Memorandum Circular Number 2019-143, Omnibus Guidelines for Peace and Order Councils, which authorize local government units to establish and organize institutional mechanisms for the promotion of public safety, peace, and order. By clearly delineating the roles and functions of the Municipal Peace and Order Council, and by organizing special action committees to address and prevent specific peace and order and public safety concerns in Kitaw-Taw, the reorganization promotes effective coordination among concerned government agencies and stakeholders, enhances efficiency and accountability, and ensures unified action in maintaining peace and order and public safety within the municipality. The executive order is a lawful, proper, and necessary measure that strengthens local peace and order governance and supports the effective implementation of the municipal POPS plan. Recommendation. The committees, after review and careful study, hereby recommend for the approval of Executive Order Number 022 Series of 2025, dated December 18, 2025, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the local chief executive concerned to promulgate. So recommended, Madam Chair.
The motion is hereby approved.
Item number 15 is a joint committee report of the Committee on Laws, Justice and Human Rights and Rules and Privileges, Committee Report number L-141 and R-753. Madam Chair, the committees to which was referred, Executive Order number 033, Series of 2025, dated December 22, 2025, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, entitled An Order Reconstituting the Municipal Anti-Drug Abuse Council, MADAC, of the Municipal Government of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings. The Municipal Government of Kitaw-Taw shall reconstitute the Municipal Anti-Drug Abuse Council, MADAC, as the primary body for coordinating policies, plans, and programs and projects toward a drug-free community. This action was undertaken pursuant to Memorandum Circular Number 98-227 and 991-016 of the Department of Interior and Local Government, mandating the establishment and operationalization of local anti-drug abuse councils in support of national anti-illegal drug efforts. The continued proliferation of illegal drugs adversely affect public health, peace and order, and local development. The reconstitution of MADAC and clarification of roles among concerned bodies will strengthen coordination, accountability, and a unified municipal response. In view of the foregoing, the reconstitution of the MADAC is recommended to ensure effective, coordinated, and sustained implementation of anti-illegal drug programs consistent with national directives and the municipality's peace and order objectives. Recommendation. The committees, after review and careful study, hereby recommend for the approval of Executive Order Number 33, Series of 2025, dated December 22, 2025, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the local chief executive concerned to promulgate. So recommended, Madam Chair.
The motion is approved.
Item 16 is a joint committee report of the Committee on Laws, Justice and Human Rights and Rules and Privileges, Committee Report number L-142 and R-754. Madam Chair, the committees to which was referred, Executive Order number 037, Series of 2025, dated December 22, 2025, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Kitaw-Taw, entitled An Order Reorganizing the Municipal Development Councils, MDC, of the Municipal Government of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings. The measure aims to strengthen the Local Development Council of the Municipality of Kitaw-Taw to improve planning efficiency and accelerate local economic and social development while providing technical support to the local legislative body in setting development priorities. This action is pursuant to Joint Memorandum Circular Number 82-001 and Executive Order Number 319, which authorized local government units to organize and operationalize local development councils as the primary bodies for participatory, coordinated, and integrated local planning. Strengthening the councils through the executive order ensures compliance with national policies on decentralized and participatory governance, improve coordination among stakeholders, align executive plans and legislative priorities, and support the efficient use of resources. Hence, the executive order is proper as it enables the formulation of integrated, realistic, and responsive municipal development plans and policies. Recommendation. The committee, after review and careful study, hereby recommend for the approval of Executive Order Number 37, Series of 2025, dated December 22, 2025, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the local chief executive concerned to promulgate. So recommended, Madam Chair.
The motion is approved.
Finally, item 17 is a joint committee report of the Committee on Laws, Justice and Human Rights and Rules and Privileges, to which committee report number L143 and R755. Madam Chair, the committee to which was referred Executive Order number 1, Series of 2026, dated January 5, 2026, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, entitled An Order Reconstituting the Bids and Awards Committee, Committee Secretariat and Technical Working Group of the Local Government Unit of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings. The Municipality of Kitaw-Taw adopts a standardized and uniform set of rules and regulations to govern the procurement of infrastructure projects, goods, and consulting services aimed at streamlining procurement processes and improving efficiency. The measure is pursuant to Republic Act Number 12009, or the Government Procurement Reform Act, which mandates the modernization, standardization, and regulation of government procurement, and requires the organization of the Bids and Awards Committee, BAC Secretariat, and Technical Working Group. The reorganization of the BAC Secretariat and TWG ensures compliance with national procurement law and strengthens transparency, accountability, and efficiency in municipal procurement. The measure is legally grounded and administratively appropriate as it aligns municipal procurement practices with national law and facilitates a streamlined, transparent, and efficient procurement system. Recommendation. The committees, after review and careful study, hereby recommend for the approval of Executive Order Number 1, Series of 2026, dated January 5, 2026, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the local chief executive concerned to promulgate. So recommended, Madam Chair.
The motion is approved. Thank you, Board Member Garcia.
Honorable Presiding Officer, we will now proceed to item number 18. May we now recognize our senior board member who just arrived, the Honorable Board Member Mario Albarisi of the 2nd Legislative District.
Just in time.
Just in time for my committee
Yes,
report.
Board Member Albarisi.
Thank you,
Please
Madam
proceed, sir.
Madam Presiding Officer, and thank you, Majority Floor Leader. It's better late than never. And, Joint Committee Report on the Committees on Labor and Manpower Development and Rules and Privileges, number 2026-M-012 of the 28th SP, number 2026-R-756 of the 28th SP. Mr. Chairman, Madam Presiding Officer, the Committees on Labor and Manpower Development and the Rules and Privileges, to which was referred Ordinance Number 1295-2026 of the 16th SB, 5th Regular Session, approved on February 10, 2026 on the Sangguniang Bayan of Damulog, Bukidnon, entitled Paliw kog pronounce, lisod ka i-pronounce ning and strengthening, kamo na istorya na, and strengthening the sustainability livelihood program of the Municipality of Damulog, Province of Bukidnon, appropriating funds thereof, therefore, and for other purposes, have considered the same, hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings and comments. A Sustainable Livelihood Program is a poverty reduction and community development initiative that helps individuals and families improve their income through skills, training, employment facilitation, entrepreneurship support, and access to capital. The Municipality of Damulog recognizes the need to provide sustainable economic opportunities to its residents particularly marginalized sectors such as unemployed individuals, low-income families, women, out-of-school youth, farmers, and persons with disabilities. It aims to reduce poverty, increase employment and income opportunities, promote economic growth, and strengthen community resilience. A sustainable livelihood program helps people earn a stable income in a way that can continue and grow over time, improving their conditions without depending solely on financial aid. Recommendations. Thus, the committee hereby recommend for the approval of Ordinance Number 1295-2026 of the 16th SB, 5th Regular Session, approved on on February 10, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Damulog, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. So recommended, Madam Presiding Officer.
The motion is approved.
Thank you, Madam
Thank you,
Presiding Officer, and thank you,
Board
Majority,
Member
for your hearing.
Albarisi.
Honorable Presiding Officer, we will now proceed to items number 19 and 20 by this representation.
Yes, please proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. For item number 19, this is a joint committee report on the Committees on Environmental Protection, Climate Change, Disaster Preparedness, and on Rules and Privileges, to which was referred an ordinance, Municipal Ordinance number 40-2025 of the 16th SB, Series of 2026, approved on February 13, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Malitbog, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Prescribing the Guidelines for the Implementation of the Preemptive or Forced Evacuation in Malitbog, Bukidnon as a last resort when a disaster or emergency has been declared in the municipality and danger of loss of lives become imminent, providing penalties thereof and for other purposes. Have considered the same, hereby submit the findings, comments, and recommendation of the committee. This ordinance seeks to prescribe the guidelines for preemptive or forced evacuation in the municipality of Malitbog, which is essential to prioritize the human life over property during imminent threats. While voluntary evacuation is preferred, this legal framework empowered the local authorities to move the citizens from high-risk areas such as landslide-prone and slopes or flood zones as the last resort. Moreover, by providing the clear guidelines and penalties, the ordinance ensures organized execution, minimizes the casualties, and legally protects the responders during the life-saving operations. However, this ordinance failed to attach the affidavit of publication as mandated by Article 114 of the Implementing Rules and Regulation of the Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of the 1991. An ordinance with a penal provision shall be posted at conspicuous places in the provincial capital or city, municipal, or barangay hall as the case may be, or a minimum period of 3 consecutive weeks, and it shall be published in a newspaper of general circulation where available within the territorial jurisdiction of the local government unit concerned. Recommendation of the committee, after careful study, and hereby recommend that Municipal Ordinance number 41-2025 of the 16th SB, Series of 2026, approved on February 13, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Malitbog, Bukidnon, be referred back to its origin for the compliance of the aforementioned findings. So recommended for the approval and adoption of this committee report, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Motion is approved.
Proceeding to item number 20, this is again, Honorable Presiding Officer, a joint committee report on the Committee on Environmental Protection, Climate Change, Disaster Preparedness, and on Rules and Privileges, to which was referred Ordinance number 2026-2313 of the 5th Regular Session, approved on February 6, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan, Manalo Fortis, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Establishing the Municipal Bamboo Industry Development Council of Manalo Fortis, Bukidnon, and promoting the use and propagation of bamboo for environmental sustainability, economic development, and climate resilience. Have considered the same, hereby submit the findings, comments, and recommendations of the committee. This ordinance seeks to establish a Bamboo Industry Development Council in Manalo Fortis, which is vital for balancing environmental health with economic growth. Bamboo serves as a powerful tool for climate resilience, preventing soil erosion among the municipality's many ridges and riverbanks. Economically, this ordinance transforms bamboo from a new material into a sustainable industry, creating the livelihoods for local farmers through value-added products. Enshrined in Republic Act 7160 also known as the Local Government Code of 1991. Under Section 16 of the General Welfare Clause, the local governments units have the authority to enact ordinances that promote a balanced ecology, enhance economic prosperity, and provide for the general welfare of their inhabitants. Additionally, Executive Order 879, series of 2010, established the Philippine Bamboo Industry Development Council to provide the policy that and programs direction for development and promotion of the bamboo industry nationwide. The committees determined that Manolo Fortich Municipal Ordinance as enacted by the Sangguniang Bayan adheres completely to all relevant laws, rules, and regulation. Recommendation of the committee after careful study hereby recommends for the approval of Ordinance number 2026-2313 during the 5th regular session approved on February 6 of 2026 of Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo Fortich Bukidnon for being proper in order and within the scope of the Sangguniang to enact. So recommended for the adoption and approval of this committee report, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Motion approved.
Thank you. For item number 21, Honorable Presiding Officer, may we now recognize the gentleman from the 3rd Legislative District, Honorable Board Member Jomik Fortich, in behalf of our temporary Presiding Officer as Chairman of the Committee.
Please proceed, Board Member Jamik Fortich, in my behalf.
Joint Committee Report of the Committee on Women and Family Relations and Rules and Privileges, number 2026-W-019-28SP, number 2026-R-759-28SP. Madam Chair, the Committee on Women and Family Relations and Rules and Privileges, to which was referred Ordinance number 018-16 SB, series of 2025, approved on December 22, 2025, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Institutionalizing Measures Against Online Sexual Abuse or Exploitation of Children, o SAEC, and Child Sexual Abuse or Exploitation Materials, SAEM, in the Municipality of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, adopting the provisions of DILG Memorandum Circular Number 2024-140, providing for local programs, mechanisms, and penalties, and for other purposes. Have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings, comments. The committee finds that the ordinance seeks to strengthen the protection of children against online sexual abuse or exploitation of children, o SAEC, and child sexual abuse or exploitation materials, SAEM, with the municipality of Kitaw-Taw. However, upon review, the committee found that certain provision under the penalty clause goes beyond the powers granted to the Sangguniang Bayan. The imposition of sanctions such as warning, suspension, revocation of business permits, and community service for offenders, as well as the provision stating, in addition to penalties under Republic Act number 11930, and the sanctions shall take into account aggravating circumstances such as use of minors, repeat offenses, use of public utilities, or obstruction of investigation, is beyond the delegated authority of the Sangguniang Bayan when imposed as penalties through an ordinance under Section 447A13 of Republic Act number 7160. The Sangguniang Bayan may enact ordinance and prescribe penalties limited to imposing a fine not exceeding 2,500 pesos or an imprisonment of a period not exceeding 6 months, or both, in the discretion of the court, for the violation of a municipal ordinance. Hence, the inclusion of such sanction as presently framed is considered ultra vires for exceeding the penalty limits expressly allowed by law. Recommendation: the committee, after due deliberation, hereby recommend that ordinance number 018 16th SB series of 2025 approved on December 22, 2025 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon be referred back to its origin for the purpose of undertaking the necessary corrective revision to ensure conformity with existing laws and regulations. So recommended, Madam Chair.
The motion is approved. Thank you, Board Member Fortich.
Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Honorable
Chair.
Presiding Officer, we will now proceed to item number 22. May we now recognize the Honorable Board Member Tortola.
Board Member Christopher Tortola, please proceed.
Abi na kung para na sa imo. Okay na dire. I thought for that is only for the majority leader. Hadlok sa kong tapad, Madam Chair, kay baga-baga para ba akong buhok buyag. But anyways, this is a joint committee report of the Committee Youth and Sports Development and Rules and Privileges. Before anything else, I just want to say good afternoon to our Majority Floor Leader and to our Madam Presiding Officer. Happy Women's Month, Ma'am.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
The Committee on Youth and Sports Development and Rules and Privileges, which was referred Municipal Ordinance Number 60, 2005 by the 16th SB of the Municipality of Malitbog, Series of 2026, approved on February 13, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Malitbog, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Declaring the Month of August of every year as the Malitbog Youth Month in the Municipality of Malitbog, Bukidnon, institutionalizing its annual celebration and for other purposes. Have considered the same and hereby submit their finding, comments, and recommendation. Comments and findings: the committee finds that the ordinance seek to formally recognize and institutionalize a month-long celebration dedicated to the youth of the Municipality of Malitbog. The celebration aims to promote youth participation in the community development, leadership activities, civic engagement, sports, cultural event, and other programs that fostered the holistic development of young people. The committee note that the measures is consistent with the national policy, recognizing the important role of the youth in nation building. In particular, Article 2, Section 13 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution provide that the state recognize the vital role of the youth in nation building and shall promote the project their physical, moral, spiritual, intellectual, and social well-being. The conduct of the activity is engage and empower the youth during a designated month, directly support this constitutional mandate. The committee further observed that the ordinance is aligned with Republic Act number 754249, which declare August 12 of every year as National Youth Day and recognize the month of August as National Youth Month. The celebration of Malitbog Youth Month during the same period complements the national observance in reinforce efforts to highlight the role and contribution of the youth in community development. Likewise, the committee note that the ordinance is consistent with Republic Act number 10742, which encourage program and promote youth leadership, participation in governance, and youth empowerment, institutionalizing youth-related activities during the month of August, provide the avenue for the Sangguniang Kabataan Youth Organization and the municipal government to work together in advancing youth development initiative. Recommendation, considering the foregoing, the committees, after thorough review, the study hereby recommended for the approval of Municipal Ordinance Numbers 60, 2025, approved on February 13, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Malitbog, Bukidnon, is being proper in order and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan, considered to pass. So recommended.
The motion is hereby approved.
Thank you so much, Madam.
Thank you. Iskito Tula.
Honorable Presiding Officer, proceeding to item number 23 and 38 as requested by the chairman of the committee. All 16 items are deferred, Honorable Presiding Officer, and this will be reported out next session.
Yes, that will be
16 items
16
be deferred.
items be deferred for
As
the
requested by the
next.
Honorable Board Member Attorney Julis Monsanto, Honorable Presiding Officer. 16 items from items number 23 to 38 be deferred.
Yes. Any second? Motion is approved.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Proceeding to item number 39 to 40, may we now recognize a gentleman from the 2nd Legislative District, the Honorable Board Member Marlon Brando Dinlayan.
Honorable Marlon Dinlayan, please proceed, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Majority Floor Leader. Good afternoon once again, Honorable Presiding Officer. I have only 2 items of the Joint Committee report of the Committees on Beautification and Tourism and on Rules and Privileges. First item, Madam Chair, the Committees on Beautification and Tourism and on Rules and Privileges, to which was referred Municipal Ordinance Number 55-2025 during 16th Sangguniang Bayan, Series of 2026, approved on February 13, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Malitbog, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Declaring the Municipality of Malitbog, Bukidnon as an Official Extreme Sports Tourism Zone, promoting adventure, tourism, and local economic development, and for other purposes, have been considered the same and hereby submit its findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings: the ordinance validly declares Malitbog as an extreme sports tourism zone, identifies priority adventure activities suited to the municipality's natural assets, and provides for partnerships with national agencies and stakeholders to ensure technical, financial, and promotional support. It further incorporates safeguards for environmental sustainability and cultural preservation, thereby ensuring compliance with national policy. The committee finds that the ordinance is consistent with the provisions of the Local Government Code of 1991, Republic Act 7160, particularly Section 16 on the General Welfare Clause and Section 447 on the powers of municipalities to enact ordinances promoting tourism and environmental protection. It also aligns with Republic Act number 9593, otherwise known as the Tourism Act of 2009, which recognizes tourism as a driver of investment, employment, and inclusive growth, and with environmental laws such as the NIPAS Act, Republic Act 7186, and Presidential Decree 1586 on the Environmental Impact Statement System. Procedural requirements under Republic Act 7160 were also complied with, including 3 readings, unanimous approval, and posting requirements. Recommendation: considering the foregoing, the committees hereby recommend for the approval of Municipal Ordinance Number 55-2025 during 16th Sangguniang Bayan, Series of 2026, approved on February 13, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Malitbog, Bukidnon, for being in accordance with law and within the scope of authority of the Sangguniang concerned to pass. So recommended, Madam Chair.
Motion approved.
The last item, the Joint Committee report of the Committees on Beautification and Tourism and on Rules and Privileges. Madam Chair, the Committees on Beautification and Tourism and on Rules and Privileges, to which was referred Ordinance Number 2026-2315 during 5th regular session, approved on February 6, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Amending Ordinance Number 2025-2177 of the 28th Sangguniang Bayan, entitled An Ordinance Ensuring Full Compliance of Primary Tourism Enterprises in the Municipality of Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon, with the Department of Tourism, DOT, accreditation standards, have been considered the same and hereby submit its findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings: the ordinance strengthens coordination between the Municipal Tourism Office and the Business Permits and Licensing Office, BPLO, integrates accreditation or certificate of non-coverage requirements into business permit issuance, and establishes incentives for compliant establishments. It also institutionalizes public information campaigns and capacity building activities, ensuring transparency and inclusivity. The provisions on validity of CNC, optional accreditation, and incentives for DOT accredited establishments are aligned with national policy and promote a balanced approach that supports both large-scale and emerging tourism enterprises. There is a need to amend the existing ordinance to address these gaps, institutionalize public information and education campaigns, strengthen regulatory mechanisms, harmonize local policies with national tourism standards, and promote a balanced, inclusive, and sustainable tourism industry in the municipality of Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon. The committees find that the ordinance is consistent with Republic Act Number 9593, Tourism Act of 2009, which mandates the Department of Tourism to regulate, accredit, and classify tourism enterprises to ensure quality standards, safety, and global competitiveness. The amendment validly addresses gaps in the earlier ordinance by formally recognizing the DOT, the CNC, as a valid regulatory instrument, clarifying the optional nature of accreditation for secondary tourism establishments, and harmonizing local policy with national tourism standards. Procedural requirements under Republic Act 7160 were complied with, including enactment during regular session, unanimous approval, and posting requirements. Recommendation: considering the foregoing, the committees hereby recommend for the approval of Ordinance Number 2026-2315 during 5th regular session, approved on February 6, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon, for being in accordance with law and within the scope of authority of the Sangguniang concerned to pass. So recommended, distinguished presiding officer.
The motion is approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Majority Floor Leader.
Honorable Presiding Officer, we will now proceed to our new business for the day. And for item number 41, we now recognize a gentleman from the 2nd Legislative District, the Honorable Board Member Bobby J. Dinlayan.
Board Member Bobby J. Dinlayan, you are recognized. Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. I have here a resolution number 145-2026 of the 28th SP, a resolution commending and congratulating National Master Keith Adrian Ilar for being the champion of the Challenger category in the 87th Kalilangan Chess Festival 2026 in cooperation with Pacman Chess Association, held on February 23 to 27, 2026 at Family Country Hotel, Jinsan, General Santos City, Philippines. Authored by this representation. Whereas the province of Bukidnon has consistently recognized outstanding Bukidnons who deliver remarkable performances and bring honor and pride to the province in prestigious national or international sports competitions. Whereas competing alongside in the challenger category are 120 participants from across the nation, where Bukidnon representative National Master Kate Ilar delivered an incredible performance even with a tough last round battle by winning rounds 1 to 8 in dominant fashion to secure the championship trophy along with a cash prize of 100,000 pesos. Whereas his portrayal of excellence and distinction at the esteemed tournament was the result of his hard work, discipline, courage, and perseverance to finish the job and show what it means to be a Bukidnon athlete, thereby inspiring new generations to pursue professional chess and other sports. Whereas the outstanding performance of Mr. Elar deserves a strong commendation for bringing pride, honor, and recognition to the province. Now, therefore, on motion of this representation and duly seconded by the members present, be it resolved, as it is hereby resolved, to commend and congratulate National Master Keith Ilar for being the champion of the challenger category in the 87th Kalilangan Chess Festival 2026 in cooperation with Pacman Chess Association, held on February 23 to 27, 2026 at Family Country Hotel, Jensan, General Santos City, Philippines. Resolve further that a copy of this resolution be furnished to Mr. Elar. And Madam Chair, I would like to this recognition be awarded in the first Monday.
First
Okay.
Monday, April.
April, yes.
On April.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
No motion yet for the approval. No motion for the approval.
So I move to pass a resolution to approve.
Sick.
Okay.
The
thank you.
motion is approved. And Mr. Secretary, please take note that he requested that his resolution will be given on first Monday convocation in the month of April. Thank you.
Noted, Madam Presiding Officer.
Honorable Presiding Officer, we will now proceed to item number 42 by this representation. May I proceed?
Yes,
Honorable Presiding Officer?
please proceed. Majority Floor Leader.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Presiding Officer. This is a proposed resolution 148-2026, authored by this representation. A resolution congratulating and commending Piel E. Estuco, a grade 12 student of Central Mindanao University Laboratory Senior High School, for winning the bronze medal in the Asian Open Schools Invitational Swimming Championship held in Bangkok, Thailand, January 29 to February 1, 2026. Whereas the Asian Open School Invitational Swimming Championship is a prestigious international competition that gathers the most talented young swimmers from across Asia, providing the platform for student athletes to showcase their skills, disciplines, and sportsmanship in a highly competitive environment. Whereas Piel is Tioko, 17 years old, a grade 12 student of CMU Laboratory High School, represented the Philippines and the institution in the said competition held in Bangkok, Thailand from January 29 to February 1, 2026, thereby carrying the name of his school, province, and country with dignity and pride. Whereas the accomplishment of Istioko brings the honor not only to CMU Laboratory Senior High School, but also to the province of Bukidnon, providing that Filipino youth can excel and compete at par with their international counterparts. Whereas the recognition such achievement is essential to motivate other students to strive for greatness, to value discipline and perseverance, and to understand that their efforts, no matter how small, can create ripples of pride and honor in their communities. Thus, Honorable Presiding Officer, I move to pass a resolution congratulating and commending PL Istioco, a grade 12 student of Central Mindanao University Laboratory Senior High School, for winning the bronze medal in the Asian Open Schools Invitational Swimming Championship held in Bangkok, Thailand, January 29 to February 1, 2026.
Any second motion? The motion is approved.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer, and that the copy of this resolution be furnished to Istioco as a token of our appreciation and recognition of his outstanding achievements, and this resolution be given during, can I request that this resolution be handed to Mr. Piel Istioco during our monthly convocation? During the month of April, Honorable Presiding Officer?
How many resolutions na? One. Only two pa. Okay. Well taken, Board Member Almada.
Thank you very much, Honorable Presiding Officer. So we will now proceed to item number 43 to 44. Again, may we now recognize the gentleman from the 4th Legislative District, the Honorable Board Member and the incoming Majority Floor Leader, Doc R.J. Pipito, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Board Member R.J. Pipito, please proceed, sir.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And incoming next year. Thank you. Item number 43 is proposed resolution number 149-2026 of the 28th SP series of 2026, entitled Resolution Adopting the Provincial Health Board Resolution number 2026-002, entitled a Resolution Amending the previously approved resolution endorsing the opening of a special health fund depository bank account for the provincial government of Bukidnon, and instead endorsing the opening of a special health fund depository bank account under the name Provincial Government of Bukidnon Special Health Fund to ensure the efficient and transparent management of health resources in compliance with the Universal Health Care Act and relevant guidelines, and authorizing the Honorable Provincial Governor Rogelio Neal P. Roque, wrong spelling lang ni Madam Chair, Rogelio Neal P. Roque, to sign all pertinent documents necessary for the opening and operationalization of the said SHF Depository Bank account. Authored by this representation, whereas it is the policy of the state to ensure equitable access to quality healthcare services for all Filipinos through the implementation of Republic Act number 11223, also known as the Universal Health Care Act, which mandates the creation of a special health fund within the province-wide health system. Whereas the provincial government of Bukidnon is committed to the effective implementation of the UHC Act by consolidating and managing all resources intended for health services, including population-based and individual-based health services, health system operating costs, capital investments, and the remuneration and incentives for health workers through the single special health fund. The PGB and its local government units have pledged to collaborate in establishing and maintaining the province-wide health system known as the healthcare provider network, thereby demonstrating a shared dedication to enhancing healthcare services for all residents of the province. Whereas the Department of Health, Department of Budget and Management, Department of Finance, Department of Interior and Local Government, and the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation have jointly issued a Memorandum Circular number 2021-0001 dated January 13, 2021, authorizing local government units to create an SHF depository bank account in accordance with the existing guidelines of the DOF Bureau of Local Government Finance, or BLGF, or unauthorized government depository banks. Whereas there is a need to amend the said resolution to clearly specify the official name of the bank account as Provincial Government of Bukidnon Special Health Fund in order to ensure proper identification, transparency, accountability, and full compliance with the government accounting, auditing, and financial management rules, as well as alignment with the national policies and guidelines governing the implementation of the Universal Health Care Act. Whereas the Provincial Health Board, in the exercise of its mandate under the UHC Act, has approved Provincial Health Board Resolution number 2026-002, recommending the adoption of the amended resolution and opening the said SHF depository bank account under the specified official account name. Now, therefore, motion of this representation and severally seconded by the august body in session assembled, be it resolved as it is hereby resolved, a resolution adopting the Provincial Health Board Resolution number 2026-002, entitled a resolution amending the previously approved resolution endorsing the opening of the Special Health Fund depository bank account for the provincial government of Bukidnon, and instead endorsing the opening of a Special Health Fund depository bank account under the name Provincial Government of Bukidnon Special Health Fund to ensure efficient and transparent management of health resources in compliance with the Universal Health Care Act and relevant guidelines, and authorizing the Honorable Provincial Governor Rogelio Nil P. Roque to sign all pertinent documents necessary for the opening and operationalization of the said HHF depository bank account. Resolved further that Honorable Provincial Governor Rogelio Nil P. Roque is hereby authorized to sign and execute all necessary documents and instruments required for the opening, establishing, and operationalization of the said Special Health Depository Bank account with an authorized government depository bank in accordance with existing laws, rules, and regulation. Resolved finally that copies of this resolution be furnished to the Office of the Provincial Governor, Provincial Health Office, Provincial Treasurer's Office, and other concerned agencies for their information, guidelines, and appropriate action. So recommended for the approval and adoption of this resolution, Madam Chair.
The motion is hereby approved.
Item number 44 is proposed resolution number 150 of the 28th SP series of 2026, entitled a resolution urging all city and municipal government units in the province of Bukidnon to provide administrative assistance and necessary equipment, including laptops and other appropriate digital devices, to barangay nutrition scholars to facilitate the efficient preparation and timely submission of required nutrition reports. Sponsored by this representation, whereas pursuant to Republic Act number 7883, otherwise known as the Barangay Nutrition Scholar Act of 1995, barangay nutrition scholars are recognized as vital partners of the government in delivering nutrition services at the grassroots level and in implementing community-based nutrition programs aimed at improving the nutritional status of Filipinos. Whereas the same law recognizes that the important role of barangay nutrition scholars in conducting nutrition education activities, monitoring the nutritional status of children and other vulnerable groups, and assisting in the implementation, documentation, and reporting of nutrition-related programs and services at the barangay level. Whereas under Republic Act number 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, local government units are mandated to promote the general welfare of their constituents, including the delivery of basic health and nutrition services, and to provide the necessary support mechanisms to ensure the effective implementation of community-based programs. Whereas the provision of the administrative assistance and appropriate information technology equipment to barangay nutrition scholars will enable them to more effectively and efficiently perform their mandated functions, particularly in the preparation, consolidation, and timely submission of required nutrition reports to municipal, provincial, and national offices concerned. Whereas strengthening the capacity of barangay nutrition scholars through adequate logistical and administrative support will significantly contribute to the improvement of nutrition program monitoring, data management, and evidence-based planning for nutrition interventions in the province of Bukidnon. Now, therefore, on unanimous accord of the august body assembled, be it resolved as it is hereby resolved to pass a resolution urging all city and municipal local government units in the province of Bukidnon to provide administrative assistance and the necessary equipment, including laptops or other appropriate digital devices, to barangay nutrition scholars to facilitate the efficient preparation and timely submissions of required nutrition reports. Resolved further that LGUs are likewise encouraged to provide necessary equipment and resources, including laptops and other appropriate information technology tools, to support the reporting and documentation functions of barangay nutrition scholars. Resolved finally that copies of this resolution be furnished to the office of the municipal or city mayors, barangay local government units, the municipal or city nutrition action officer, and the provincial nutrition committee for their information and appropriate action. So recommended for the approval and adoption of this resolution, Madam Chair.
The motion is approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Board Member Pipito. Majority Floor Leader.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. We will now proceed to items number 45 to 49. For the 45, 46, and 47, Honorable, by this representation, Honorable Presiding Officer, for items number 45, 46, and 47, omnibus motion for the approval of all these accreditation of the various contractors, Honorable Presiding Officer. For item number 45, this is the Valley Rock Builders Corporation with an office address located at Porok 3, Sinabuagan, Valencia City, Bukidnon. And item number 46, this is a Dumugan Construction and Supply Corporation with the address at Porok, at the PGB subdivision, Kasisang Balay City, Bukidnon. And also item number 57, this is Parvi Engineering Services with the address at Damilag, Manolo Fortis, Bukidnon. These three contractors are firm, have fully complied, necessary obligation, essential requirements to transact business as per evaluation conducted by the Bids and Awards Committee to engage business in the provincial government of Bukidnon. So moving for the approval of these three items as omnibus motion for the accreditation in the provincial government Bukidnon, Honorable Presiding Officer.
The three omnibus motion for the accreditation is hereby approved.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Proceeding to item number 48 and 49, again, omnibus motion for the approval of the renewal of accreditation as recommended by the Bids and Awards Committee. For item number 48, the Mafil Builders Incorporated, renewal for accreditation with the address at Porokto, Patag, Baguntaas, Valencia City, Bukidnon. And also item number 49, the GT Gamulo Construction Inc. with an office address of Patag, Baguntaas, Valencia City, Bukidnon. These two contractors applying for the renewal of accreditation to engage business with the provincial government of Bukidnon, and having established that this firm, two firms, has fully complied with the necessary obligation and essential requirements to transact business as per evaluation conducted by the Bids and Awards Committee. And this is again forwarding and endorsed by Attorney Nestor Icajes, the provincial government department head of the PGSO, the BAC chairman. So moving for the approval of the renewal accreditation of these two items, item number 48 and 49, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Okay, the renewal of two accreditation of omnibus motion is hereby approved.
For item number 50, Honorable Presiding Officer, as requested by the chairman of the committee, Honorable Board Member Attorney Luis Monsanto, this item be deferred. So moving for the deferment of item number 50, Honorable Presiding Officer.
The motion is approved for the deferment of item number 50.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. We will now proceed to item number 51. In behalf,
Education, Board Member Garcia. Oh, no. Pipito.
So in behalf of the chairman of the committee, as requested by our temporary presiding officer, the Honorable Doc R.J. Pipito, of this item number 51, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Please proceed, Board Member Pipito, in behalf of the committee chair of education.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. For item number 51, I move to pass a resolution adopting Provincial School Board Resolution number 2-2026 is entitled a resolution requesting the Sangguniang Panlalawigan to authorize the Honorable Governor Rogelio Neil Piroque for and in behalf of the provincial government of Bukidnon to enter into and sign deeds of donation with the Department of the Environment and Natural Resources for the acceptance of various logs to be utilized in the construction of classrooms and other infrastructure facilities. Whereas Section 17 of Republic Act number 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, provides that local government units shall endeavor to be self-reliant and shall continue to exercise the powers and discharge the duties and functions vested upon them to ensure that the efficient and effective delivery of basic services and facilities to their constituents. Whereas, guided by this mandate, the provincial government of Bukidnon recognizes that the need to identify and address critical gaps in the provision of basic public facilities, particularly in the education sector, where there exists an urgent and persistent demand to resolve classroom shortages across the province. Whereas the growing classroom deficit in numerous schools in Bukidnon, driven by the increasing number of learners amid inadequate school facilities, has adversely affected the quality of education and compromised the overall well-being of learners. Whereas pursuant to Section 17 of RA 7160, the PGB shall undertake all necessary and appropriate measures to provide adequate classrooms and other priority infrastructure facilities essential to promote the general welfare of its constituents. Whereas as part of these measures, the PGB intends to acquire and utilize trees affected by the infrastructure projects of the National Irrigation Administration, Bukidnon Irrigation Management Office, and the Department of Public Works and Highways in various areas of the province. Whereas in accordance with existing environmental laws, rules, and regulations, trees affected by such government infrastructure projects are required to be properly turned over to the Department of Environment and Local Resources through its concerned Community Environment and Natural Resources Office, or the CENRO, for appropriate disposition. Whereas in line with the foregoing, the PGB formally requests that the DENR, through its CENROs in the province, donate logs derived from trees affected by the aforementioned NIA, BIMO, and DPWH projects to be utilized primarily for the construction of classrooms and other infrastructure facilities, thereby maximizing the beneficial use of government-owned resources for public service. Whereas pursuant to Memorandum Order number 162 series of 1993 and DENR Administrative Order number 2022-10, the DENR is duly authorized to donate such logs to promote the PGB's objective of addressing classroom shortages and implementing other priority infrastructure projects in the province. Whereas to formalize the donation of and ensure proper legal compliance of the execution of deeds of donation between the DENR and PGB is necessary. Now, therefore, on motion of this representation, on motion by Mr. Jose I. Ilar, President of the Provincial Federation of Parents Teachers Association, and duly seconded by Mr. Nestor A. Lawage, CSO Religious Educators Multipurpose Cooperative representative, the board approved the resolution requesting the Sangguniang Panlalawigan to authorize the Honorable Governor Rogelio Neil P. Roque for and in behalf of the provincial government of Bukidnon to enter into and sign deeds of donation with the Department of Environment and Local Resources for the acceptance of various logs to be utilized in the construction of classrooms and other infrastructure facilities. Resolved finally that copies of this resolution be furnished to the Office of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, the Provincial Planning and Development Office, the Provincial Engineers Office, DENR Regional Office 10, DENR Provincial Environment and Natural Resources Office Bukidnon, all DENR CENROs in the province, NIA Regional Office 10, NIA BIMO, DPWH Regional Office 10, all DPWH Bukidnon District Engineering Offices, and all other concerned offices for their information and appropriate action. Madam Presiding Officer, so moving for the adoption.
Adoption of this resolution.
For the resolution adopting. Yeah.
The request of the...
So moving for the resolution adopting this provincial board, school board resolution, Madam Chair.
The motion is hereby approved. Sige na, yato na ng istoryahan.
Honorable Presiding Officer, before we will proceed with the last item that we have in the new business for the day, Honorable Presiding Officer, we have here our acting provincial officer of the National Commission for Indigenous People Bukidnon, the person of Sir Ronald Elbayaon. We cause to invite Honorable Presiding Officer regarding to update the members of the 28th Sangguniang Panlalawigan on the status of the newly elected Indigenous People Mandatory Representative in the province of Bukidnon. I move to suspend our internal house rule to accommodate our invited guest, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Yes, rule suspended.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. May we now request our acting provincial officer of the NCIP, Sir Ronaldo L. Bayaon, to shed light on the matter regarding on the status of the newly elected Indigenous People Mandatory Representative in the province. Thank you.
Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Yes, Dato, welcome. Mayong hapon sa imo.
Madam
Please
Chair,
proceed.
good afternoon, and to all the members of this August body. Good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon.
As invited to shed light on the status of the newly selected provincial IPMR in the person of Dato Renato Macayuba, after the selection process and validation on September 21 this year, all the reports from the provincial office, since the provincial office, NCIP Provincial Office of Bukidnon facilitated the selection process, we have already done with our report. And of course, upon findings also with the Regional Review Board, headed by the Regional Legal Counsel of NCIP Region 10, all our reports are complete, and we have submitted, and even we follow the procedure as stipulated by the national guidelines and the local guidelines. So all the required, and also the requirements from Dato Macayuba has been already submitted in the regional office. Since the regional director will issue the certificate of affirmation, or COA, before the selected IPMR can take into office. Now, the issue is, despite of the fact that the report has been is complete and we have submitted all the requirements, there is a petition protest coming from the other party, the other contender for provincial IPMR. Now, supposedly, upon deliberation with the regional office, with our legal counsel and also the regional director, because in the national guidelines there is no provision stated that if there is a protest, it can hold the release of the COA. But upon the assumption of our new commissioner from the Bukidnon, in the person of Attorney Lagamon, when we had a meeting with the regional director and Attorney Lagamon, and then it came up to our discussion that we will try to settle in a customary way the conflict or the petition of the other party, namely Dato Eric Salido. So we have already a preliminary deliberation or discussion with the plan of customary law settlement, yeah. And then, because according to Commissioner Lagamon, which is also true, and the director, regional director, I myself, as the acting provincial officer, also believe that it is very important that since the foundation of the creation or installation of IPMRs is through customary law, so if there's a conflict, we can also try to resolve it through customary law, so that within the 3-year period, term of the newly selected provincial IPMR, wala na gubot-gubot kay magsige kung dili magud sila masulban sa customary law, magsige balik-balik o complain sa opisina, labad no, in sa tanan concern labad apil sa mga opisina. So we have set a final schedule for customary settlement on March 26. So we hope that after March 26, if it will be settled, the COA will be released within this month. But we have already we have already a preliminary discussion also even with our legal officer and the regional director that, for example, because of foundation, as I said, of the creation and instauration of all this traditional leadership in our legislative bodies is based on customary laws. So we'll try to solve it through customary law. And then if the two parties cannot agree on something, I think the regional director is ready to release the certificate of affirmation. So that's it, Madam Chair, and to the members of this August body. We hope, but the provincial office is hoping that on the 26th, everything will be settled. But based on our preliminary discussion with the presence of Dato' Macayuban and other elders, select elders in the province of Bukidnon, and with the presence of Dato' Eric Salido, murag dako ang porsyento nga masulban ang problema. So kanang gitanaw po sa NCIP, that is why we are supporting also this initiative, no, para sa 3 years period, 3-year term sa atong bagong provincial IPMAR, wala dili magbalik-balik kay labad sa ulo, makalangan sa trabaho, and then also because it is the foundation of this thing. So that's all, Madam Chair, and to these members of this August body. Thank you.
Yes, Board Member Garcia.
Mamayang hapon, PD. I am happy that you appeared this afternoon because the reason why we called you, because it has been several weeks already that there is nobody representing the indigenous peoples in this chamber. And worried me because you will be, the IPs will be missing a lot already, considering that there's no one sitting. So we are happy to hear directly from you that there is this issue between the contestants in the last election, and that you are trying to resolve it amicably through customary law, which is again the foundation of the IPMRs. So yes, we will wait, and it's very clear that even though there will be no, if in the unfortunate event that there will be no settlement using customary law, your office will still issue the COA, so that there will be a proper representative for the indigenous peoples here in this chamber. Kana lang, no? We are really worried kay sayang ba? And then it's kamulan time, and there is no one sitting here to represent officially the indigenous people. So we are happy to hear, and hopefully settlement will be arrived on March 26. So salamat, Dato.
Thank you, Attorney.
Thank you. Okay, so
Honorable Presiding Officer, I think mura man siguro naghulatan na to after only March 26, no? For the settlement through customary settlement based on the customary law.
Yes, sir.
So thank you very much for your presence. At least enlightened pud me, no? Dato tungod kay murag hangin kay mi ba? Kay balong kanusa o kung sa pod ang status. So salamat kayo. I think that would be all. We have waiting for the result, Mr. Honorable Presiding Officer.
yes,
Only after on March 26.
March 26 after.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, PD. Thank you, PD.
Thank
for
you.
giving us time here for your enlightenment, for the
Salamat, Madam
information
Chair.
of this August body.
Sorry, also I apologize for being late. Gikan pa ko sa Sinuda because I also a consultation in Sinuda.
Ayan.
So naggrabing paspas.
Sige lang, okay
so,
lang. We
salamat
understand.
na hapon sa tanan.
We understand. Thank you.
By the way, salamat guys. Nana.
So 1 minute recess, Honorable
Yes,
Presiding
sir.
Officer.
Resist. Session resume.
I move for the restoration of our session.
Session restore.
And our internal will also be restored, Honorable Presiding Officer. So we will now proceed with items number 52 to 74. May we now recognize a gentleman from the 4th Legislative District, Honorable Attorney Oliver Owen Baba Garcia.
Board Member Garcia, please proceed.
Yes, Madam Chair. Item number 52 is actually a authorization for a particular construction to dig holes, excavate in the Bukidnon Capitol grounds, particularly Carvajal Street. Considering that it's Kamulan, Madam Chair, I would want to know the exact details of the timelines and everything. So I move that this be referred to the Committee on Engineering before we grant authority. Kay mag-traffic na hinon sa mot diha. Kay nagkalot itong i-authorize ang kalot. Yeah. So I move to request that item 52 be referred to the Committee on Engineering.
Okay, so item 52 be referred to Committee on Engineering.
Item number 53, Madam Chair, we have approved this already. And again, because of, I will state this for the record, sloppiness of the work of whoever is preparing the recommendations to this this office or this chamber, wants to add the 8th Infantry Dependable Battalion when in their original endorsement, there was nothing about the 8th Infantry Dependable Battalion. That's why, for the record, I would like to refer this to the Committee on Laws. I can call all those who prepare this, the letters coming to this chamber.
Okay, item 53 be referred to Committee on Laws.
Yeah. Item number 54 is a letter dated March 2, 2026 with attachment from the Provincial Governor requesting this August body for authority to enter into a MOA with the Protected Area Management Board, PAMBI, at Mount Kalatungan Range Natural Park for financial assistance in the amount of 4 million pesos. Puro lagi. Di na 5? 4 million. For calendar year 2026 to support the Mount Kalatungan programs, projects, and activities. With that, Madam Chair, I move to approve the request of the Governor and pass a resolution authorizing the Governor, Rogelio Neil P. Roque, to sign the Memorandum of Agreement with the Protected Area Management Board of Mount Kalatungan Range Natural Park for the financial assistance in the amount of 4 million pesos. So moving for the approval of the resolution, Madam Chair.
Motion approved.
Item 55 is a letter dated March 5 with attachment from the Provincial Governor requesting this August body for authority to enter into a MOA with the following water districts: Impasugong Water District, Valencia City Water District, Lantapan Water District, and Sumila Water District, with the information that the water district shall provide access to its water sources and hydrants for the purpose of water rationing and supply augmentation for the Northern Mindanao Regional Athletic Association Meet 2026 from March 15 to March 24. Madam Chair, I move to approve the request of the Governor and pass a resolution authorizing the Governor to sign a memorandum of agreement with the following water districts: Impasugong Water District, Valencia City Water District, Lantapan Water District, Sumila Water District, for the augmentation of this water supply during the Northern Mindanao Regional Athletic Association Meet. So moving for the approval of the resolution, Madam Chair.
The motion is hereby approved.
Item 56 is a letter dated March 3, 2026 with attachment from the Governor requesting this August body for authority to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, UKFCDO of the British Embassy Manila. The proposed MOU aims to provide a framework for cooperation between the parties in advancing climate adaptation and resilience projects in the province of Bukidnon, particularly in enhancing the resilience and adaptive capacity of the province's water and food systems. The MOU also covers partnership building with local and international public and private stakeholders, mobilization of public and private capital, and coordination with national government agencies for the implementation of relevant programs. The cooperation under the MOU shall have an initial term of 1 year from the effective date, with the possibility of extension by mutual written agreement. Any legal, legal or financial obligation arising from specific activities under the MOU shall be executed through separate agreements between the parties. Attached is a copy of the MOU for reference. Madam Chair, of the record, kung mani, kanang panagat ba, panding abroad. So, ato lang ni-approvean ba, hindi ay.
Pamasin.
Off the record lang na ha, off the record lang. So, with that, Madam Chair, I move to approve the request of the Governor and pass a resolution authorizing the Governor to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, UK FCDO of the British Embassy in Manila. So move. Madam Chair.
The motion is hereby approved.
Item number 57 is actually a request letter from the Governor dated March 5, requesting this august body for authority to accept a donation from the Philippine Sports Commission of the following used but serviceable items. Namely, 1, 30 double-deck beds with stairs. Stairs?
Wow.
Stairs ba tawag, ala? Siguro na stairs.
Danan.
Ladder. Lahat mo stairs. No?
Ladder.
With ladder.
Ladder.
Oh my God. 60 foam mattresses, 6 inches thick, 60 pillows, and 60 fitted sheets. This request is certified urgent by the provincial governor.
Para nis inimra atin.
I don't know. I don't know why urgent. But anyway, Madam Chair, I move to approve the request of the governor and pass a resolution authorizing the governor to accept the donation of the Philippine Sports Commission for the items already mentioned. Subject to style, so moving for the approval of the said resolution, Madam Chair.
Motion approved.
Item
Next.
58 to 74 are all certified urgent requests from the governor. This includes many contracts, Madam Chair. I am now puzzled why these are all certified urgent. And we know, as members of this chamber, that when it is certified urgent, it changes the procedure. We will have to approve it on the same day. There will be no more questions. And based on my readings, research na lang, okay? It can only be done if there's an emergency or an impending calamity that we need to really act on the matter. Now, I really do not know why the one preparing this draft always ends it with this request
Urgent.
is certified
Super
urgent
urgent.
by the provincial governor. For the record, is he or she trying to intimidate the Sangguniang Panlalawigan? May we now, items 52 to 74. Kilo to? 58 to 74. I'd like to move to refer them to the Committee on Laws and
58
call
to
the
74.
Bids and Awards Committee, the Legal Office, and all those who prepare these documents coming to the Sanggunian. Those who,
What ho
asan
prepare?
ni nag-agi? I really do not know. So, second na. Because they are trying to
Right.
make
Yes.
what is
That's
happening
true.
to
That's-
our systems. Why are these
Wow.
all being made urgent? Is Attorney Kahis not performing his job well in conducting the bidding? Why do we have to do this all at the urgency of the governor? So, Madam Chair, with that, I move again, reiterate my motion. Repair all these matters. Tan-ahon na sila, di sila mga laws.
Refer
Committee
to-
meeting to be called sometime after I set the schedule.
Well, all
I
this
am not afraid of the terminology because there is no explanation why it is
why is
urgent.
urgent. Thank you, Board Member Garcia, for that observations. So, 58 to 74 be deferred for discussion. referred to Committee on Laws. Motion is, that is unanimously approved. Motion is approved.
Thank you, Honorable
Thank you.
Presiding Officer. Madam Presiding Officer, we still have one item, the last item, in our addendum 1. May I request again the gentleman from the 4th Legislative District, the Honorable Board Member Attorney Oliver Owen Baba Garcia. The last item that we had, this is in our addendum 1.
Yeah. This was transmitted a few minutes before we started our session,
Yes, sir.
Madam Chair, but this was communicated by the Office of the Senator Mig Zubiri. This is in line with soil painting contest that will be held as part of the Kaamulan activity, and all the artists that will be joining the contest will be lending to the provincial government their masterpieces or their works of art to be displayed at the Bukidnon Museum.
Sports
That is
complex.
why, as the center was already turned over to the provincial government of Bukidnon, there is a need for the provincial government through the governor to sign a memorandum of agreement with the lenders na ibalik nato kahuman kay basig atuo na ba. So that is part of the MOA. Initially they wanted an insurance, but because we are not ready with the funding to buy the premium for the insurance, the artist waived the insurance provision. So with that, Madam Chair, I move to approve the request of the Governor dated March 12, 2026 and pass a resolution authorizing him, the Governor, to sign a memorandum of agreement with the lenders, local artists to Bukidnon, for his or her soil painting to be exhibited at the Provincial Museum during commencing March 21, 2026 to March 21, 2029 or 3 years. So moving for the approval of the said resolution, Madam Chair.
The motion is approved. Thank you, Board Member Garcia. Board Member Palmada.
Yes, Madam Presiding Officer, we will now proceed to our other communication since we have no item tabled in the
Third and final reading.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for the approval of the following items 1, 3, and 10, and 11 be noted. Item number 2 be forwarded to the Special Investigating Committee regarding the boundary dispute for information and appropriate action. Item number 4 be forwarded to the Committee on Health for information and appropriate action. Item number 5 be forwarded to the Committee on Laws, Justice, and Human Rights for information and appropriate action. And item number 6 be forwarded to the Committee on Appropriation for information and appropriate action. And for item number 7, Madam Presiding Officer, be noted and requesting the Secretary to post the SP Bulletin Board regarding on the ERC case number 2026-009. Item number 8 be forwarded to the Committee on Agriculture, Committee on Civil Service, Committee on Appropriation for information and appropriate action. And item number 9, this will be forwarded to the Committee on Laws, Justice, and Human Rights for information and appropriate action. So moving for the approval as presented, Madam Presiding Officer.
Motion approved.
May we now proceed to the other matters of the board member, Board Member Garcia and Board Member Pipito. After that one,
Yes, please proceed.
Yeah. Madam Chair, I'd like to request for a committee hearing of the Committee on Laws and Committee on Social Services. Kinsa ba yung Social Services?
Ako.
Yes. This is with regard to the memorandum of agreement between the provincial government and the migrant workers, Department of Migrant Workers. March 24, 10 a.m.
March 24.
Tuesday. And then after that, we also have a committee hearing of the Committee on Laws and Social Services as well for the tripartite memorandum of agreement with the Department of Social Welfare and Development Field Office number 10. This is with the Binhi and Lawa programs. I really do not know what that is all about. So also on March 24. So after Murag 10 and 11 lang ni sila. 10 and 11. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Board Member Pipito.
May we know the invited guests, Madam Presiding Officer?
We'd like to invite the
PSWD.
first our PSWDO
PSWDO.
and DMW Regional Office 10, Department of Migrant Workers. Regional Office number 10 and I think sila lang. Sila lang duha. And then maybe DSWD. DSWD Field Office number 10.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Madam Presiding Officer.
Yes, Board Member Pipito.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would also like to call a committee hearing in behalf of the Committee on Tourism, Madam Chair, with respect to our chairman of the committee, Board Member Marlon Dinlayan. I would like to call a committee hearing for next week. Masigo ba usang oras ganito kang ato ni baba?
10 a.m.
10.
9
Okay,
ka.
9 if vacant, Madam Chair.
9 siguro. This is with regards to the proposed ordinance entitled an ordinance establishing guidelines for the allocation, release, utilization, and accountability of funds for Kaabulan Festival events, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes. And would also like to invite the Tourism Office, Provincial Events Committee, Accounting Office, Budget Office, NCIP, IPMR or the IAD. O wala pa si IPMR niya time, siguro si IAD na lang.
Ay.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Board Member Pipito. No more?
No more other matters for the board members. So may we now hear from the Secretary's time, Madam Presiding Officer.
Yes, Secretary's time.
Thank you,
Sir.
Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. We have only two important announcements. The first one is the provincial government now is nag-high-tech na. They are now furnishing individually through our emails kaning gitawag nga PGB Gatekeeper Passes Registration. This is with regard to our one-month celebration activity in Kamulan where we need passes or any requirement para makasulod ta sa entrance. Ang ilang hihatag sa ato is mapa-register na lang tani. So this will be emailed and let your chief of staff do the filling out of the information. Murag QR code na lang dayon. O QR code na lang. Murag sticker siya, Madam Presiding Officer. Tapos scan and then mugawas na dayon information for you. So that includes car. That include vehicle passes and entrance to any activity in Kamulan.
Entry. Nakasunod na to.
Online sa dayon pagkahuman. QR na, QR.
Ipabuhat sa.
So wala na ID kato na lang QR code ang kuha nila.
Email sa mga staff.
I-email nila.
Email sa mga atong mga offices.
So we will be the one facilitating the email to your staff
Yes,
para
thank you.
mapilapan.
Thank you.
And then any information further, ang PAYAPOD are willing to accommodate your queries. And then second, Madam Presiding Officer, is I believe each one of us were furnished copy of invitation for the grand opening this March 19, 2026. 8 o'clock. So we have programs here attached.
Tuhan. Sayo kayo. Attorney, ako dili ko maka-attend ana kay naay mga congresswoman sa 3rd district kuan man dito mga women's month. So ban-uban ko dito nila na si Congresswoman Laarni Maramag, Congressman Inday Audrey in Kibawi. Sa kuan kaning mga speakers sila sa Women's Summit sa mga munisipyo dito sa ato So ako I cannot attend. Maramag, Kibawi, Dangkagan. Oh. So invited si Congressman Laarni dito nga side. Silang Ma'am Inday. So I have to accompany them. Ikaw, aka, diri ka o dito tauban? Women sa ka.
So this is noted.
Sige, taga-ata ka. Oo. Yes, oo.
Okay, noted. This is noted, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you.
So that is all, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you.
For the Secretary.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
ako rin usabon to ako ang previous nga motion ganina para sa committee hearing. That ordinance that I mentioned was referred to the Committee on Appropriation, DI. So as a member Monday po gyapon ko sa appropriation, I would like to make the same schedule, Madam Chair, but with the Committee on Appropriation dito siya. But also invited one board members if maka-attend para makasa deliberation gyapon.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Board Member Garcia.
Secretary is finished already, right? Wala si Secretary.
Wala na siya.
Yeah, okay. Madam Chair, you know everybody is feeling the pressure at the pumps. Ang presyo sa crudo. Okay. And I don't know if this will abate this week. Basing madungagan na sa tig 20.
Yes, dungagan
sunod
na gid, sure.
semana. So, may we know what's the plan of action, if ever, from whoever, planning office, the disaster, provincial disaster risk reduction management office, on what are the contingencies that they have talked about. Because as an outlying area in Mindanao, when the shortage of fuel arrives, murag di na gyud ta mahatdan og gasolina og crudo diring dapita. No? In fact, there are many stations already closed. The station of Mayor Yeke is closed already. BYB, AGT. So these are these signs of things to come. And when that happens, what will happen to you and me and to all of us? So maybe we can invite next week if during the question hour, our PDO, our PDR, wala siguro back kay sila lang ay mga planning office man eh. We will look at if they have already talked about contingencies relative to this. Otherwise, pwede naman tayo maglingkod pero mangutana niya ang mga tao no? Patanong niya tag unsa pa po'y gibuhat Sangguniang Panlalawigan, unsa po'y gibuhat ni board member Palmada. So question hour na lang or depende sa to.
Wapo tingali executive.
Okay, sige. Well, one thing can happen sa executive. I'm okay. It's not a secret, but maybe they're not ready. Let's have a next team session. I am okay with that. Yes. So that we will just be ready. Even now, we have not. There is no action yet on the 4-day work week. So we will know from the planning office and all of them if we will still have a 4-day work week as encouraged by the national government. So that will be PPDO and disaster.
What time, board? 1
HR?
1 p.m.?
Yeah, before the start of the session.
Yes,
Siguro 1
1 p.m.
So, briki lang ninyo ang kadaghan sa endorsement. Kunya mga committee report, brikan pod aron dili kayo taas ato session. And maybe HR, we can invite HR. So that relative to the 4-day work week, relative to the contingencies, planning, kay kung anay crudo, magunsa na lang og nay disaster, kinsa may mga kuha dito. Kung anay itubil.
Baklay gyud tatanan. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Ay, lastly, yes, Board Member Albarisi.
In relation sa gistorya ni Attorney Owen, mo tong reason nga nung narate ko kay ang akong speed 80 ra kay tungod sa gasolina nagtipid ta. Mo tanong lang ko at Madam Presiding Officer regarding sa NMRA, dapat ay invitation, dapat ay
This afternoon, 5 p.m., we have an invitation. Mag-welcome ta dito sa Impasugong Elementary School. Eski ba? Ay, Pasugong, sorry. Sompong. Okay,
Okay.
dito manggod ang welcoming sa Impasugong.
Aside from that, sa March
Ay, sorry,
19, usat mga event ang naa dito, katong with
I
Senator
think
Mig.
we have our program. Tuwa na sa Sompong
tuwa na.
karon. With our shirts, uniform. Our opening will be on Thursday, 3 p.m. sa Sports Complex.
Ang opening.
Yes, oo.
Pero ang sa tomorrow, katong with Senator Migs tomorrow.
19, Thursday. So, everybody must be here. Then, natay mga bisita, Secretary Angara, and Thursday.
That's why I'm asking kay Gubot
In the
kayo.
morning, afternoon man, 3 p.m. ang kuan, NMRA opening
Ay,
sa
probably
Sports
kung-
Complex.
Ma'am Jo, dig makakuha mo og idea regarding kaning sa NMRA.
Yes, kita makasunod ta.
Paibalaan lang dayon.
I think we have our gate pass. Mangutana ta dito karon sa kuan, Sompong. Kaya natay mga program dito, an invitation.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair.
Yes. Mas maayong sayo ta. From here. Yes.
Klarohon lang nako, Madam Chair, regarding on the Thursday activity, regarding sa opening. Sa Nimraa, di ba, dire? Thursday,
Yes,
gapon?
Thursday.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
So, natay git pass.
Nata. Mangayot ta. Sa atong kuan, sa kinan.
Diloy, ang Nimraa is in the,
Sports Complex.
Sa Lagitas.
Lagitas.
So, are we provided with all the board members to have our git pass there?
Yes, we will ask. Naman ta, special ba ta?
Yeah, but that is already on Thursday, Madam Chair.
Thursday.
Sige.
Na may mga gipangbuhat na nga mga gate pass na naman.
Okay.
Pag,
Sige.
pag, ha?
Ipakuha
Ako na mag-request.
Okay. And then, naipangunta na obal LGUs mo Madam Chair. Appeal ba daw sila sa gate pass? Councilors, vice mayors.
I think only the mayors. Kay
Mayors lang.
sa kadaghan kaayo sa bisita ana.
So,
Oh, I think gani ang giplanohan adto sa TMO katong sa mga traffic management. I-drop lang. Kita i-drop lang ta. Oh, tungod sa kadaghan.
so ang sa LGUs, Madam Chair, is up to the mayors lang ang pass.
Yes, oo.
Thank you.
Only the mayors. Then on the night of 19, Governor's Night, all of us are invited. Kaya na dito atong mga bisita. Na mga governors, na mayors, board members, kay na nag-promise nga mga board members nga mag-anhig yun daw. Di Miss Ok, mag-anhig daw sila. Kamigin. Basta kay 5 presences. Surrender? Okay. I have a story, oh. Nakita ko dire, there story dire. Murag haom ni kay siya sa atong giatubang karon nga krisis nga gira sa laing nasud. The story is entitled Where Are You, Lord? You listen to the story. The parish priest in a town named Austerity climbed way up into the church steeple to be nearer to the Lord. He wanted to hand down God's word to his parishioners, like Moses of old. Then one day, he thought he really heard God say something. So he cried aloud from the steeple, "Where are you, Lord? I can't seem to hear your voice clearly." And the Lord replied, "I'm down here among my people. Where are you?" For that, Majority Floor Leader.
With that, Honorable Madam Presiding Officer, I move for the adjournment of our regular session.
The 34th regular session on the 28th SP is hereby adjourned at exactly 4:10. Thank you. God bless.